How's it going? Having a nice week? Of course you're having a nice week because you're here. You are with us. I am James. You are you. We are here for another breathtaking edition of At Home with James. This is the beginning of our broadcast week. And if I haven't said it before, I'll say it now. Ever since we transitioned from Monday to Friday all the way to Tuesday to Saturday, I'm living a day behind. I keep thinking today's Monday. It feels like Monday. But of course, when you're a guy like me who wakes up and there's not a lot going on, every day kind of just feels like Wednesday or maybe Thursday, or maybe it doesn't matter at all. But if you'll afford me a couple moments of your time to monologue, I would like to tell you a story of something that happened to me today. And I hope that you had a nice day. And I trust that you did. I left my apartment and my neighborhood, something that I don't do that often anymore. I got on the metro. I had my little surgical mask on that I think I might be wearing too often. It's taken on an odor of coffee. Time for a new medical mask. And I got off in the Plateau. If you live in Montreal, you know where that is. I walked up the street to the corner of Mount Royal and Saint Laurent, where I was meeting a friend of mine for lunch. And I was feeling pretty good. It's not often you meet friends for lunch anymore. I hadn't seen this friend in a while. He wanted to take me out to a late belated birthday lunch, so I felt excited. So as we saw each other, we metaphorically embraced with an imaginary hug. We greeted each other as friends do. Hey, how's it going? How's your day? It's fine. How about you? Whatever. It'll get better. We were exchanging our pleasantries when a person who was, I want to try to be as nice about this as I can, a little rough around the edges. Someone who might perhaps spend more time outside than they do inside, passed by us, looked me in the eyes, and said in French, "Et laid." Now, for our English viewers who do not have the luxury of speaking French, that translates to, "Hey, you're ugly." She looked me in the eyes. She said, "Hey, you're ugly." She was a true road warrior in every sense, someone that you don't want to mess with. What did I say in response to this? I responded in English because I wasn't sharp enough to think of a French comeback. And you know what I said? I said, yeah, it's fine. That was the best that I could come up with. I agreed with her by accident. This woman looked at me in the eyes and said, "You're ugly." And I said, yeah, it's fine. I agreed with her. And then what did she do? She lifted up her hand. She closed every finger except for the middle digit. And she told me, without words, F you, or go F yourself. That's what she did. She called me ugly and then told me, F you, go F yourself. And what did I agreed? I said, yeah, it's fine. That's where I'm at now. The old James, the sprightly, quick-witted James, would have had a field day with this. The new post-March 16th COVID-19 edition of James is at the point where he is agreeing with homeless people, telling him he is ugly. That's where I'm at. But I'm going to tell you something. I had a nice lunch, terrible service, the worst that I've had in some time. I came home and I recorded an Instagram video promoting tonight's show. But what did I do? I called myself Little Cutie. That's right. Because I'm not going to let this person's words hurt my feelings, because they didn't hurt my feelings. Or did they? That's the question I'm going to ask myself when I go to bed tonight. Was I affected by this? I brought it up to my friend 2 times after it happened. I said, called me ugly. Right outside of a Tim Hortons. She had a fresh coffee in her hand. I should just be lucky that she didn't throw her hot coffee in my face. She probably would have said, that's an improvement. This is where I'm at. I'm creating new scenarios in my brain where she is not only verbally assaulting me, she's assaulting me with scalding hot coffee. Yeah, it's fine. That's what I said. I agreed. Something's got to change here, folks. Something's got to change. But what isn't going to change is how fun this show is going to be tonight, as it is every single night. On tonight's show, much later on, Joe Conto is coming back. a friend of the show, a regular contributor. Joe is going to be talking to us about various encounters that he has had with celebrities over the years. Now, I can speak for myself when I say I've never really had a celebrity encounter. I was on set with Sean Cullen one day. That's the closest celebrity encounter I've had, Sean Cullen. Now, I'm not saying that to disparage Sean Cullen. He's very funny. Joe's going to talk to us about some celebrity encounters. If you've had a celebrity encounter out there in twitch.tv/athomewithjamesland, put it in the chat. We were so active in the chat the other night. I loved it. I did a little AMA, like some big shot. Before the show started, maybe I'll do that again. Maybe we'll start the show live, 10 minutes fresh. Every week I'll do a little AMA. You can ask me, James, are you still upset from when that lady called you ugly? I'll say, I don't know. I'll figure it out one day. Joe Conto is going to be here. In addition to this, Racquel Belmonte is coming back, our pop culture expert. Now, the first time she was here, she told us about Zac Efron. The second time she was here, once again, Zac Efron. Third time, Zac Efron. Now, as people in the comedy community like to say, this whole rule of three crap. If it's funny once, do it 2 more times. I don't know whose voice that is. Is that an improv coach? I don't know. If it is, I hope that's not what I sound like. I suspect that tonight will not be about Zac Efron. But if it is, I'm ready. Why? Because I watched Dirty Grandpa a couple weeks ago, and I have not watched any other Zac Efron-based entertainment since then. It is 9:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 6:11 p.m. if you are in the West Coast. I feel that you have had enough of me because I have had enough of me. Smooth Carla. I feel like interacting with another person. How's your day going today, Smooth Carla, out there in the tech booth?
Oh, my day is going mighty smooth today.
Oh, tell me about it, Smooth Carla.
Well, I just rolled out of bed like any other day, had a nice, relaxing, long weekend.
Oh, okay. What'd you do on the weekend?
Oh, not too much, not too little. Did a little writing, did a little laundry.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a nice, simple weekend without too many worries.
Well, this sounds almost, not to take anything away from you, Smooth Carla, this almost sounds more like Zen Carla.
Oh, yeah. Pretty zen. Doing a little bit of meditation. We're rolling over from that self-care week.
Yeah. Well, this sounds like you've got yourself a good mashup in between smooth and zen, Smooth Carla.
I like this place. It feels very nice.
Well, what say we start the show?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay, our first guest tonight, comedian, voice actor, pop culture expert. Let us welcome, coming to us all the way from British Columbia, a province in which I've never visited. I'm not sure I ever will. But what does it matter what I'm going to do with my life? Let us welcome Racquel Belmonte to At Home with James.
Hello. Hi, James.
Racquel, how are you?
I'm excellent. How are you? And I'm going to call you Lil Cutie from now on. That's what I should have said. Lil Cutie.
Racquel, Can I tell you something?
Tell me anything.
I've been trying to impose this nickname onto myself for ages. And up to this point, only one person has agreed to call me Lil Cutie. You are now the second. So I owe you one.
No. I owe you my life. After hearing about that woman, can we find her? Is there a way the Twitch gods can bring her to us? And maybe we can have her, I don't know, on here.
Yeah, we can hash it out.
And I'd be happy to be the mediator. That's another thing I'd be really good at.
Yes.
Pop culture expert. I was going to say celebrity feud mediator. Let's say that.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
I think we can do that. But look, here's the thing. I don't want to get things twisted. As the kids say, I'm not above being ugly. I'm not above being unattractive. Attractiveness is a subjective thing. I don't need, nor do I want everyone walking past me to go, hey, check out this handsome devil, or look at this rock star. I don't need that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was a bit much, I thought.
I agree. The middle finger part could have done without.
Which I agreed with her. I agreed with her, and she still, I think, you know what? She's probably going through something, and she thought, I'm going to take it out on this cool guy.
Yeah.
Which we're all guilty of. We take things out on the people on the periphery of things.
Absolutely. Lesson number 1 for today, everyone. Stop taking stuff out on other people.
Yes.
Look in the mirror and call yourself ugly if you need to.
Yes.
If yes.
Which the reasonable people, like, we do it, right? We do it
all the time.
We've all had to change, and then we see ourselves maybe clothed, maybe unclothed in a mirror, and we go, oh, this is what I look like?
This is me?
Yes.
Anyways,
Racquel, we understand each other.
We get it.
Each other.
Yeah.
And I think I know why. For people who have seen you on the show before, they know that you and I share a birthday, September 5th. We both celebrated a birthday. Are you happy with your 2020 birthday, Racquel?
I'm very happy. I actually had one of the best birthdays this year. Okay. I did. I truly did. How was yours?
Very easygoing, pressure-free. I think that's one thing that COVID-19 afforded me the ability to do, which was not stress about my birthday. I didn't feel like I needed to provide a good time for anyone other than myself. We did the show on my birthday. We had the James birthday blowout bash. People were so incredibly kind. They filmed a video. I felt unworthy. This is the other thing that I'm trying to figure out too. I was very kind of moved by this niceness that people were pushing onto me, but at the same time, I was like, no, come on, I don't need that. But then this lady calls me ugly, so it's like I don't know what to embrace anymore, compliments or insults.
Wow, embrace it all.
Yes.
Take it all. Maybe take it all on. Maybe that's the answer.
Yes.
Maybe that's this year's thing. Maybe that's your thing this year. I don't know. See, I was the opposite. I wanted everyone to acknowledge my birthday. I remember everybody who said happy birthday and everyone who didn't.
Okay.
And I usually don't care.
Yeah.
So this year I was like,
I want to chat about this. So I'm not to take away from the pop culture environment of tonight, because
no.
I'm sure people are into us working our stuff out on this therapeutic, communicative level. You said that you don't often take heed of the people that don't wish you happy birthday. Why this year? What changed?
That's an excellent question that I have yet to answer for myself. Mm-hmm. I think just something switched in my brain. I'm like, interesting. I feel so loved by these people, but hey, I know my birthday wall, my Facebook wall was lacking a little. It was lacking. I'm joking. No. It was overwhelming. But yeah, I don't know. This year was interesting because I felt so loved. I really appreciated everybody who did say happy birthday and did reach out to me like within the days leading up to my birthday. I thought that was really nice, and that had never happened before. And I was trying to figure out, well, what changed there? Maybe people just feel bad for me this year. Okay. This is the year where everybody decided, you know what? Let's take pity on this girl. She's turning 29.
We're not 2020. No. Yeah, and I'm tired of people hashtagging 2020. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the joke. Like that one year when all the celebrities died, it's like the year can't get any worse. Like, yeah, it can.
Get much worse.
I don't know why I'm so upset tonight, Racquel. I want to let's chat about your birthday wall for a second. I brought this up last week. How do you feel about the people that wish you a happy birthday, all lowercase letters, just happy birthday?
With no exclamation points or anything?
No exclamation points, no first or last name, or uppercase letters.
I think they may as well have written "go fuck yourself."
Yes,
on my wall.
Thank you. The tone reads like this: happy birthday.
Yeah. My other one that I've been seeing is HBD, all lowercase. If you want to tell someone they're not worthy of anything, absolutely put that on someone's wall. HBD.
I'm going to throw this out there. I think I like the HBD all lowercase more than just all lowercase happy birthday. At least HBD feels aware of itself.
That's true. You know what? You're right. It's kind of like HBD.
Yeah, like there's some type of youthful, ironic nature to it where the all lowercase happy birthday, I have this visual of them typing it like, I guess I got to give this guy his day.
Yeah. Anyway. That's exactly how I picture it.
Anyways, we had splendid birthdays.
Yes.
We're both well liked. We both have fantastic voices.
Thank you for bringing that up, because if you weren't going to, I was. It's sounding better this year.
Yes, this is what's connecting us. But of course, this is not about us tonight. This is about pop culture.
It totally is.
You have been here a variety of times, Racquel. I want to know what is on your mind as it pertains to the world of pop culture.
Absolutely. So, James, you've probably recognized that I am freshly showered and in a hoodie and sitting on my couch with my water bottle. And it's because I'm upset. I have received some news yesterday while I was perusing the internet. And it was news that I wasn't expecting so soon. It was upsetting. And it's celebrity news, of course. And unfortunately and fortunately, it pertains to Zac Efron. Okay.
So I wasn't expecting this, but I'm okay with it.
Okay. And I just want to apologize for talking about Zac Efron as much as I have. And I promise you this will be the last time, because my heart's broken.
Okay. So this is the end of the Efron era on At Home.
That is it. We are upset. We don't know what to do with our hands. We've taken up vaping again. It has been a wild last couple of days. So the news that I have come across is that Zac Efron has not only moved to Australia, but fallen in love with a local who worked at a cafe in Australia, in the place that he was staying. And then she quit the cafe and moved in with him.
Now, this sounds like the premise to any type of seasonal Hallmark movie where there's like a celebrity who's coming to town, walks into a cafe, meets what in the industry we call a normie, and they fall in love, and he leaves his Hollywood ways behind to work at a local bookstore.
Exactly. Run by someone who eventually passes away in the film.
What? A beloved elder.
Yes. Like the town's person. Everyone loves this guy. But
Smokey.
His name is always Smokey.
The name is Smokey, yeah.
And the bookshop, Big Smokey's Bookshop. Yeah, always that.
Yeah. And people go in, they think it's a cigar shop, but no, they walk in and there's a history of literature.
Oh, the most beautiful books. Lots of dust too. Too much dust. I'm surprised Smokey stayed alive as long as he did. And I wish that this was just a Hallmark movie. I wish I had read the bio, or not the bio, like the plot.
Yes.
Wow. I wish I had just read the plot of this Hallmark movie starring Zac Efron and somebody else playing this local. But unfortunately, this is real. This is my real life now.
Okay, so take me through the way that you felt minute by minute, second by second, when you find out Zac Efron is off the market.
Yeah. Well, first of all, and I don't understand why, but betrayed. I feel like I have given him such a platform on this show. I have given light to this man who has been trying to disappear for so long from the Hollywood scene, which we talked about in the first episode. And for him to go behind my back and do this and to just why couldn't I be that normie?
Yeah.
Why not me? Can I vape on this show? I'm upset.
I feel like I insist that you vape on this show. I want you to take a real therapeutic puff of vape.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's take a vape.
Thank you. This is a disposable strawberry kiwi vape called Puff Plus.
Okay, so this is we're taking a puff for the memory of this hypothetical love that you would have shared with Hollywood hunk and man who cries while eating pasta, Zac Efron.
I thought he was the one. I know I played it off as though, I just knew a lot about this man. The truth is that I realized I was in love with him the entire time.
Well, I have a question, Racquel, if I may. If you were to, let's just say, what would you do, Racquel, if COVID ends, there's a Zac Efron's filming a movie and the movie set is in Vancouver. You just happen to be in Vancouver. You run into Zac Efron and his new main squeeze. How would you like to exercise your demons? I want you to just pretend Just look at me, and I want you to see a far less attractive Zac. I'm Zac Efron having let himself go. So like I'm with my person. I've got my special friend now. I'm not working out anymore. I'm wearing a Christmas sweater. It's not the holidays. I want you to just do your thing.
How did that woman say you're ugly in French? Because I think I would do the same thing.
Yeah, she said,
but not to you, to Zac Efron.
Yeah, it was a télé.
I would say I would do this. Okay, so I'm gonna pretend I'm there casually, even though I knew I purposely went to the movie set, but I'm just like casual, local Vancouver. Look over, and I'm gonna say l'été and walk away. And honestly, saying that right now and putting out my middle finger the way I just did, I know, though aggressive, I feel good. Okay, and I don't want to justify this woman's actions from before, but hey, if I feel something now.
What about this? Not to take it back to this angry lady. What if I was her Efron and this was her moment to tell me off?
Part of me thinks that that's what it was.
Okay.
Do we forgive her?
Do I think I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to, because the only way that I can stop thinking about it is forgiving this lady. Except I wasn't with the main squeeze. I was with a CPF, a close personal friend. CPF. Okay, so anyways, back to Efron. The Efron era is ending now. So you're denouncing your attraction to the man behind High School Musical, Dirty Grandpa, that new Netflix travel show, and a variety of unattractive kisses in movies. You're just done?
It's not going to be easy. I'm going to have to take some time to grieve this.
Yeah.
This is a crush that I have had since I was in high school.
Okay. So can we, how many years is this? So you've just turned 29. So high school is like, when do you start? 13, 12?
I think I was probably 17. So this is like a 12-year crush. Did I get the math right there?
Yeah, it's close enough.
Close enough. Yeah. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is a 12-year, and it wasn't just a crush. I always thought it was more than that. Yeah. I never expressed it. Maybe that was the problem. Maybe I should have just said it before. Maybe I should have gone public before.
I think, Racquel, if I may, I think you got to send out a tweet. You got to tag him. Who knows what might happen? Not to say that you have to circle back. You've made your decision. Far be it for me to make any assumptions or any type of pressuring, but why not? He's already taken. He's got this Australian lady. Why not shoot for the fences?
I worry. Here's my worry with that. I'm very is eloquent the word on Twitter. We know this. I say some beautiful words on that site. I'm worried that I'm going to stress him out because he's going to see this tweet and he's going to be like, I fucked up.
Okay. So there's still a semblance of care, even though you're stepping away from these feelings. There's a semblance of care.
Right now there is, like with breakups, there's that whole roller coaster of like, of feeling and emotion. And I'm somewhere between I'm angry, but I'm still like, if he texted me a you up, I'd be like, yeah, and I'm in front of your house. That kind of thing. So,
so we're still in that acceptance phase where we're working through the emotions, living in them.
Yeah, basically. Thank you for providing me a safe space and to be my therapist in this time.
I haven't
talked about it with anyone.
We've shared therapeutic qualities for each other, so it's only fair that I return the favor. Racquel, if I were to be so bold to ask, is there a new number one on your list?
Yes.
Okay.
In fact, he was my number one all along, and I was just too stupid and blind to see it.
Efron was in the way.
He was in the way. He provided something for me that was just so surface level, I think. And those are the worst ones. Harry Styles.
Oh, okay.
Harry Styles, James.
From that boy band. What's the name of the band?
Harry Styles became famous in the band One Direction.
Okay, in my brain, I was about to say Take That, which was a 90s British boy band that Robbie Williams was a part of. So my boy band references are becoming 25 years late.
That's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Okay.
I am a boy band expert. And in addition to pop culture expert, I've minored in boy bands. So
okay.
I know a thing or two.
Harry Styles is your new number one.
He is my new number one. In fact, the birthday cake I got this weekend, James, as I've showed you, was a Harry Styles cake.
Okay, so we've really moved on from Efron. You've had a Harry Styles birthday cake, which is interesting because last time you were here, your birthday wish, not to dig up any potentially sore memories, was that Zac Efron burst out of that he was baked into a birthday cake and he steps out of it covered in cream cheese. But instead, you had the Harry Styles birthday cake. Did we have a similar birthday wish?
Yeah, it was interesting. As I saw the cake coming towards me, as my family was singing happy birthday, there was a little part of me that was like, Zac Efron, he's not going to jump out of this cake. And then seeing the cutout of Harry Styles, I thought, maybe I've been crazy and dumb this whole time, and he was the one for me. I feel like I'm all over the map, but I hope that makes sense. I'm grieving right now, right?
No, it does. But, and I give you my sympathy for these grievances that you're going through.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would have loved for Harry Styles to have just, been at the birthday. And I think maybe that's for 30 next year.
Okay. So there's something to work towards now. We have
a whole year.
You've got just under 365 days to work towards your 30th, which is a big one.
It's a big one. That's what they say. Yeah.
And who knows where life will take you on this grand journey that we are all on. For all we know, in less than 1 year from last Saturday, Harry Styles is at your birthday party. And if we were to make a bold prediction of what that might look like, Racquel, if we would, what would that look like to you?
I think he would show up late to my birthday. That's what I want. I want him to show up late. And everybody just kind of turns around slowly, like as he's walking in. And it's slow motion. I want everything to be in slow motion because we need to savor these moments, James. We have to savor them. And I want him to walk in slowly and then come up to me and be like, happy birthday. Because he's got a British accent.
Yeah, he sounds angry.
He sounds very similar to what
he sounds really angry with your interpretation. It sounds like the verbal equivalent of the lowercase Facebook happy birthday.
Exactly.
Okay.
But except I think his though, James, has like a dot, like an ellipse. Is it an ellipses? Are we calling it that? Yep. It's like it has one of those at the end. Like it's like, wow, this could go anywhere. Like he left it open-ended. Like, happy birthday.
So
he just kind of looks,
there's a bit of intrigue to his birthday wish.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, I'd be okay if that was it.
Okay.
I would be okay if that was it. Of course, I'd want, more, but I feel like that would be good enough.
There's a full year to imagine what the more might be. Maybe a slow dance, sharing a vape, perhaps.
Oh, I would love for him to. Okay, can I add to this?
Yes, of course.
After he says happy birthday, I'm going to be outside vaping, being like, oh God, 30, like just kind of reminiscing on the year I've had, assuming it's going to be a big one. And he's going to come up behind me and be like, can I bum your vape? Yeah. And I'm going to say, yeah, it's strawberry kiwi. Yeah. And he'll be like, oh, nice. And he's going to hit my vape and drop it like this and walk away.
Oh, so he comes up from behind you, bums a puff of a vape. He's really into the flavor, which sounds fruity and delicious. Then he just drops the vape on the floor and leaves the party.
He just leaves the party and nobody sees what car he gets into. It's almost like he disappears like in a Christmas movie, like the magic. You know how some of those Hallmark Christmas movies have that magic element?
Yeah,
he's Harry that magic element.
He's the magic. I like that he leaves with almost a physical ellipses to his his exit has got an ellipses like, whoa, what's going to happen next year at Racquel's birthday party? What a legend that would be. I heard he just took a puff of a vape and effed off. We don't even know what car he got into, and he might be full of Christmas magic.
He might be. And it'd be really cool if like later on that evening, we see that he was performing in a concert somewhere. It's like, wow, that was really magic.
Yeah.
How did he get from A to B? Yeah. And I think that's the difference between Harry Styles and Zac Efron is the mystery.
Yes.
Zac Efron gave us everything. He gave me all he could.
Yeah. It's over. It's over with
over.
Efron. And I feel for you that it's over. I mentioned sending out a tweet. Don't even bother. Let Efron go.
Are you sure?
He cries eating spaghetti.
Yeah.
And I have no issue. I have no issue with crying. Our next guest, Joe Conto, cried while eating French fries during the time of COVID. So I can't fault anyone for crying eating pasta, but I don't want to see anyone do it on Netflix. That's not what I borrow my friend's Netflix account for.
There are so many other things to do on Netflix. I agree. Thank you for saying that and for validating my feelings.
The pleasure is all mine. And I must say the same to you, Racquel. I feel like we were really able to understand one another and help one another tonight. And I always appreciate when you pop by the show.
And I promise you, I will be back to unhash more of my unresolved feelings for things because guess what? Therapy's expensive, James.
Yes. And
therapy is expensive.
I'm giving it away for free with no degree, no expertise, no experience, and no real clue, but a lot of conviction.
Yeah, a lot of conviction. So
Racquel, we did it.
We did it, James. Thank you so much. And again, I promise no more Zac Efron.
Fingers crossed. We'll make a deal. We're going to cleanse ourselves of Efron. Racquel, have a good rest of the night. And thanks again for popping by, okay?
Thank you. Bye.
That is Racquel Belmonte. What a treat. One of, if not the few guests who doesn't insult me when they come on the show. Not only was I not insulted, I was supported along my journey of being verbally abused by a stranger today. I'm not done though. I've got another thing that is a thorn in my side. Does anyone ever have a sore tongue? I can't be the only one, right, who has a sore tongue every once in a while, where there's like a mystery pain. It's generally like the back of the tongue, and you're looking in the mirror and you're opening your mouth and you're turning the tongue to the side and you see maybe it's a growth, but it just might be a regular tongue bump. I've got one of those right now. And then I get into bed at night and my neck and jaw hurt. So I've been pressing, trying to find some type of irregular lymph node. And strangers are calling me ugly on the street. So not only am I ugly to strangers, but I might have some type of illness that is not COVID-19. I might just have some type of damaged or diseased tongue. So I'm talking to you right now, and I've been in pain this entire episode. It's a minor pain. I'm going to have some Motrin when the show's done. On tomorrow night's show, I have booked nothing yet. That's the cold, hard truth. I'm not going to come on here and lie to the audience. I have no one booked tomorrow, but I have ideas and I've sent messages out. So we'll see. Tomorrow, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell your mom, dad, auntie, uncle, brother, sister, Grammy, Grampy, neighbor. Tell your worst enemy about At Home with James. Smooth Carla, do you ever have a sore tongue? Is that a thing that happens to you, Smooth Carla?
Oh, that's the thing. None of that happens to Smooth Carla.
Smooth Carla, I think you might be muted.
Oh, that's right. I was muted on so many things there, but because I was just so zen, I forgot to do my job correctly.
It happens. You had a zen weekend, so don't worry.
Yeah, I'm going to drop a couple of balls here, and I'm not going to care too much about it, James.
Just be cool, man. Take it easy.
Yeah, I'm going to take it easy. I might just walk away from my computer and all the controls and let you just go on autopilot.
Can I ask you one quick favor before you do that?
Sure, anything.
Let us bring on our next guest coming to us from Lake Placid, New York, home of multiple Winter Olympics. It is my friend and your friend, Joe Conto.
Hey.
Joe, how about that intro? I never remember the years. I always know that it's 1980 Olympics, but then there's the older one. I'm like, there's no way.
1932.
I was going to say 1953, so I was a little bit on point, but also
it's not even an Olympic year. No,
I was totally off.
Yeah, wrong decade. And there was a whole war in between.
Yes, there's a whole war in between. Joe, has anyone ever insulted you on the street?
Oh, that's weird. I wrote this down. I've got a number of things to talk about.
Oh, you got it. Great.
Okay. So the first thing I have, I'll do it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Japan on business for like 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And first I was in Tokyo, and Tokyo is one of those world cities where there are people from all over the world. So you almost don't feel like you're
in another place.
Right. I could be in New York City. It felt like that. You hear all sorts of. But then we went to Osaka, and I spent a few days in Osaka. And Osaka is a truly Japanese city where everybody really is Japanese. And then there's Joe Conto. And for people who haven't seen me in person, I'm kind of enormous in a way. Mm-hmm. And so I was, and we had some people with us at any rate. So
I'm walking down for context, when you say enormous, you tower at a good 7'2".
No, I'm 6 foot. I'm 6'3" though.
Oh God. Okay. So I always mix up Olympic years and heights.
Yeah, but I'm quite tall. So, I'm there's a lot of me. So, so I'm in Osaka, and I'm walking down the street, and I'm with a couple of people who actually speak Japanese, and I look over, and these people are saying like Japanese, Shrek, Japanese.
So the locals of Osaka, Japan were calling you Shrek.
Shrek, yeah. Pointing me out that, and I looked at my friend who speaks Japanese, and she goes, yeah, they said exactly what you think.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I was called Shrek in Japan. So, yeah, I've been referred. Look, here's the thing. Shrek is not great. One time I was in a, it's funny. People think because I'm jovial, I think people think they can say whatever they want to me, but I'm super thin skinned, right? So I was in this taxi cab in New York. Toronto. No, it doesn't matter. Toronto or New York. And the guy, no, it was New York because of the guy. He goes,
"Can I make a prediction?"
Yeah.
The driver gets onto the intercom. He's like, I'll just say it's New York. He's like, "You're not gonna believe it. I got Shrek in the cab."
It was kind of like that. He goes, "Oh my God, you look like my brother. You look exactly like my brother." And I go, "Oh, okay, that's cool." And then he goes, "No, it's weird. I got to show you." So he goes, "I got to show you a picture." He's digging through shit, still driving. Yeah. And then finally he goes, "Here," and he hands me back. It is the fucking ugliest person I've ever seen in my life. I threw it. I go, I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean. And then we spent the rest of the cab ride in silence. So yeah, I've had it said to me, which is weird because I'll tell you what, I spent my whole life thinking I was not handsome. But as I've gotten older, I look back at my young self with much kinder eyes, and I go, "You're doing fine. What were you so worried about?"
Yeah.
So brings me to my next thing, James. I've told you before, when you're on stage, because you have angular features.
Yeah, I'm very. When I don't have a beard, I'm very pointy.
You are handsome. You're built for that stage. When the light, I told you this before. It makes me mad, right? Together, I go, "Oh, he looks so handsome up there. I want to tear him limb from limb." Because it makes me mad that somebody else is handsome, right? And because I've got to go out and be like, "Please love me, put a pie in my face. I'll do anything," right?
Yeah. And meanwhile, you're on stage doing the pie, and everyone's looking at me off to the side, and they're like, "Wow, look at the way that the hint of these riser lights just hit James perfectly."
Right, they're doodling Mrs. James McGee and putting a heart around it and stuff. And there I'm going like, "No, look at me! I learned how to tap dance." I'm all out of breath. Yeah. So that's my world.
Well, I want to thank you for that positive contribution. I remember one time we had done a show. I think we were in the show, and Mark Rowland, friend of the show, he was the one directing the show, and he was doing some notes. Yeah. And he got to my scene, and I'm like, okay, what's this going to be? Was it a good scene? Was it a bad scene? What does the director think?
Yeah.
His notes were, "I don't remember anything about this scene. The only thing I wrote down was James looks handsome. That's the note I got from the director.
I remember you getting that note, and I thought, that son of a bitch. He got a note of handsome. And then they go to me, and the note for me was, you were a little much.
Yeah, a little much.
That was
the note I have for Joe here is, you were a little much and you look just like my brother.
Yeah, you look at my brother. My brother's name is Shrek. So think about that. Anyway, let's move on.
Yes, tonight is about, for people who don't know, although this has become a dual-sided topic tonight, it's feelings and our self-esteem issues, or as I like to say, issues, but it's also a pop culture night. Now, Racquel was here talking about how she is no longer fallen for the one and only Zac Efron. But Joe, in the time that we've known each other, I have known you to have had a variety of celebrity encounters due to your work experience, due to where you live in the world, having lived in Las Vegas, spending plenty of time in New York City, to working in service. So I'm curious to know if you would be interested in regaling us with some of your interactions. Now, I want to preface that I know some of these stories, so I do want to let you know, if you are unwilling to share names, I'm okay with that.
Because we're going to hint around for a few, because there's some people. The
fun of it is, I already know who you might be talking about, so there's nothing that's going to be withheld from my mental memories. I came up with, I don't know whether you can see this, so many people I've met or have had one person removed encounters with. So let's just go through a few of them. Sure. If that sounds okay. Because some people were, some people were obscure, but the ones the most obscure were the ones I had the closest encounters with. In Las Vegas, I took Las Vegas used to be different in the fact that the people who were playing like the big rooms were contracted to spend time at the resort just hanging around. And that was part so
of
they
the
needed to, part of their residency was to mingle with the people in the casinos and the buffets and such. Got it? They
had to go to the pool. They had to play blackjack. They had to do this stuff. So if you went to a certain place like Caesar's Palace, for instance, you could very much run into celebrities. Like if there was a boxing match, you were always going to see Vanna White, right? She was always at the outside the boxing match. I worked at the Flamingo Hilton, and I had a pal who worked at Caesar's. So we both gave each other some room keys from the different hotels. So I could go to Caesar's with some of my friends, and if you had a room key, you could get into the pool area. Right. Got it. Well, I didn't stay there, but you'd be like, room key. And so they let you in. This is before key cards, when they actually had a real live, great big oversized hotel room key. I tell you guys, look, being old sucks, but the old days were so much better. You had an actual room key for the Las Vegas Hilton, and it had anyway. So at any rate, there at the pool, I saw, I got to swim with Joan Rivers. Okay. And these are real 80s people, by the way. Joan Rivers, Mr. T was in the pool with all his chains on. These are on different occasions. They weren't together. Yeah. And then, I was hoping that it was all of these people, and then you float and you're like, hey guys. In one of those donut things. Yeah, you're trying to you try to find a way to be an extra on the A Team or a guest on the Tonight Show when Joan Rivers is guest hosting. Yeah, on her Fox show. Yeah. And then also Bill Cosby was in the pool another time. Yeah, that used to be good. Back then, everyone loved him. Also in Las Vegas. Okay, do you have YouTube? Do you have YouTube, James? I'm familiar with the website. Anybody who goes to YouTube and types in at the top, Michael J. Fox Diet Pepsi. This is what I'm guessing. Michael J. Fox Diet Pepsi commercial, 1987. And that was a big get for Pepsi when they were trying to become the choice of a new generation. Well, exactly. And they were taking on their rival, Diet Coke. So and Pepsi Clear had just flopped, right? But so did New Coke in '85. So the soda wars were at an all-time high. I did not meet Michael J. Fox, but what do you mean, Michael Jackson? No. In the commercial, Joe, are you okay over there?
Is everything fine?
Yeah, I'm so excited. There's a girl who lives next door to him in the apartment. This blonde girl, very pretty.
In the commercial.
Yes, in the commercial from 1987 with Michael J. Fox. She was my chemistry partner at UNLV.
Okay.
So that's a celebrity. And we were like actual chem partners. So that was that.
So the story was that you went to school with someone who was the neighbor of Michael J. Fox, but only in a commercial.
But this was a very famous commercial. When you see the commercial, you'll see why. And remember, people used to watch television.
Yes.
Right? And so if you said, the commercial of Michael J. Fox, they go, oh, yeah. I go, I know the girl.
Yeah.
What? She's beautiful. There you go. Martha's Vineyard. I used to live on Martha's Vineyard. My big get. Is this interesting? Or am I? Well, too bad. It's all I
think I know this one, so I'm becoming increasingly more excited.
Yeah. One of the, if I said there were a group of people called the original primetime players from Saturday Night Live, the original group, I saw one of these members. Oh, by the way, I lived on Martha's Vineyard for a summer. Everyone knows that Martha's Vineyard is this really high-end island resort right off the coast, like Cape Cod.
Very much known for the Kennedys enjoying time there.
Yeah, that's where that girl was killed when Teddy Kennedy left her for dead. So at any rate.
a lot of nefarious stuff involving water tonight.
Oh, yeah. So at any rate, I'm so excited. So at any rate, I was at this place called the Charlotte Inn, and I'd saved up all my money because there was this girl, Ellen Bisson, that I was dating that summer, and I wanted to impress her. So I brought her there, and it was like, I was only 20 years old, so I'd never done anything super romantic before. And there I was, like, we were in this trellis place with like rose petals falling down on the table. It was amazing. And I was like, I can't believe I'm here. Because remember, I grew up in a little dirt dairy town, and there I am on Martha's Vineyard. Right?
Yeah, shout out to anyone else who grew up in a dirt dairy town.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had a cellar, and it was dirt. So people say, people would be like, oh, we're going to go down to, our finished basement. And I go, we got a basement. It's dirt.
Full of dirt.
We buried our hamster down there, Chip and Dale, two hamsters. So at any rate, I go to the bathroom, and it's one of those bathrooms because it's an actual old home that was turned into an inn. It's like it's a one-seater, right? And it's kind of like used to be a closet or something. They turned into a bathroom, that kind of thing. So I open it up. It's not locked. And if it was locked, it would have like one of those eye hook things. It's funny, right? Really nice stuff is often kind of junky. Does that make sense? Yeah. So at any rate, I open it up. There's the not ready for primetime player, a Canadian, who is snorting coke off the back of the toilet.
The tank
part.
Now,
this white porcelain.
This Canadian not ready for primetime player. So I want to imagine this. So you walk in, are you facing this person's back and they're like doing coke and then they turn?
Yes. Yeah. And I hadn't lived in Las Vegas before, so I wasn't familiar with coke very much, right? When I got to Las Vegas, everybody was doing coke. But not me, never, not once. But at any rate, this person stood up and turned around, and it was because I was like, oh, I walked in on somebody in the bathroom urinating.
Yeah.
Going, no, you're doing coke, I think. And then they turned around, and it was this famous person.
Now, were they a little cokey, like a little cokey around the nose?
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't that stereotypical.
Okay,
but it was this. It was this certainly.
Okay.
And pardon me. And I backed out of there because it was a small bathroom area, and I wasn't Shrek-like at the time.
Yeah.
But it was still there was still plenty of me for that doorway.
Yes.
So that person went away, and I couldn't wait to get back to the table, and I thought, this is a cool night.
Yes.
All these things happened. I also knew. Carly Simon is?
Of course.
Okay, I don't know who knows who. I was actually like friends with Carly Simon that summer because she would come into this deli that I worked in. I worked with a pasta shop.
You're not going to tell me, Joe, that you are the focus of her famous song "You're So Vain."
So vain. It's about me, James. Yeah. No.
You walked into the party like you were walking onto a yacht.
There were clouds in my coffee.
Yeah.
Clouds in my coffee. This
is like our version of William Shatner talking through famous songs. Except it's you and me doing a just more of a talking duet of "You're So Vain."
Yeah. I was working at the U.S. Open once. I was working at a Haagen-Dazs U.S. Open tennis thing in New York, and I was scooping ice cream there at the Haagen-Dazs stand. You know, I've done a lot of jobs in a lot of places. This was just a 2-week gig, but I got a couple grand for it. Rosie O'Donnell comes up to the Haagen-Dazs thing. This is like 1991, so she didn't have the show yet or anything.
Okay, so she wasn't shooting koosh balls at you.
No, this was pre-koosh ball, but it was like right at the time. I think she had just made A League of Their Own, right? So it was that
one of my favorites.
Really great movie, right?
Yes.
I forgot the tall girl's name. I like her plenty. So
Gina Davis.
Gina Davis, so good. At any rate, so Rosie O'Donnell comes up, and this is before she had come out or anything. And up until that point, she had always sort of, you know, I only saw her like in movies, a little bit Hollywooded up. But she came up and she had like one of those. Remember when Kanga hats were popular and people would wear them backwards? So she had one of those on, and she looked different than like Hollywood, right? But she comes up and she says, "I'll take the peanut butter blaster," like that, like super, like her accent was so New York, and it struck me funny because I was ready to go, "Hello, Ms. O'Donnell. I enjoy your work," and I thought
she didn't want any part. She wanted the peanut butter blaster.
She wanted the peanut butter blaster, and she goes, "I'll take the peanut butter blaster," and I go, "I'm sorry, we don't have that flavor." Yeah, and her face, like talk about a dark cloud came over. She goes, "Then why do you have a picture of it?"
So your service was admonished by Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah. And I go, well, because it's just on the, I mean, it was one of those backdrops that are built in. You can't.
What are you going to do? Take the picture off or put like a garbage bag over it?
I should have put a garbage bag over it. So she goes, I go, "Oh, it's just on the poster." She goes, "Nice attitude." And she walks away. Rosie O'Donnell, not nice.
Okay. So she made your list.
She made my list. One of my friends hooked up with Prince Albert.
Okay.
Prince Albert of Monaco, and her name was Christine Chris. So we started forever. We called her Princess Chris of Monaco.
I like that you're a little apprehensive to give away the comedian cokehead. You're like, yeah, my friend Chris, her and Prince Albert banged.
I bet you could ask anybody in Lake Placid. Remember the time Chris banged Prince Albert? They'd be like, "Yeah, Princess Chris of Monaco." I have a couple of friends who hooked up with famous people here in town. Would you like to hear a couple more? I'm going to name these because here's the thing.
This is like 6 degrees of sexual intercourse.
Is this fun for anybody? Well, anyway, it's gossip, celebrity gossip. You know Jude Law?
Of course.
This one is a little coarse. What happened with this one?
Okay, so folks, if you're watching, just know this one is a little coarse. And I will say this for those of us in the Zoom chat, it's a very explosive chat. As soon as Joe said that it was coarse, Racquel Belmonte's eyes lit up. She's ready for the coarseness, featuring forgotten actor Jude Law. Let's take it away, Joe.
Jude Law was staying at this fancy place here in town. This is in Lake Placid, by the way. Lake Placid attracts a lot of celebrities, but East Coast celebrities and West Coast European celebrities, right?
Got it.
We don't get a lot of West Coast American celebrities because they're more elusive. But we got Jude Law. So Jude Law was staying at the Lake Placid Lodge. And he met up with a woman I know here in town. And she thought, well, when am I going to get a chance to hook up with Jude Law again? So she hooked up with him. And he asked her if he could shave her down there. Exciting.
You know, I was going to ask, it felt like hours ran through my mind. Like, am I going to ask if he asked to shave her where I think? And then I didn't even need to because by the way, Joe, that delivery was fantastic.
Oh, good. And you know what? She allowed it.
Oh,
and then the following fall, she was in the community theater players version of Bye Bye Birdie.
Oh, fantastic.
Here in town, like a little tiny production. And I went to it to support the theater. And I was all the time I could watch it was just like, I wonder if she kept it up. Right. Well, what if this was
Jude? Yeah. So the headline would read, Hollywood hunk Jude Law comes to town. Shaves ladies.
Shaves local gal.
Yeah, shaves local gal.
Exactly.
Also,
this one is even more coarse.
Okay.
But I'm not naming who this was.
Okay.
It's a very famous. Just because I knew her when she used to be she used to sing with the choir at the Catholic church I went to.
Okay.
So I mean, here in Lake Placid. Anyway, here's the point.
Yeah. I'm nervous.
Oh, me too. Should I tell this one, James? Okay.
Racquel wants you to tell the story. Okay, I was
walking down
Carla's terrified.
This was completely not on purpose. Do you know, when I say Venetian blinds, you know what I mean?
A vague enough understanding.
And you roll. They go like this, and you know how you can be inside and think that, but if you do them backwards, like everybody can see in, but you can't see out. But if you do it right, you can see out, but nobody can see in.
Right.
This person had done it in a manner where they couldn't see out, but everybody could see in.
Right.
And me and my friend were walking down the street, and it's a small town.
Yes, I visited. It's one of those towns that I suspect people don't lock their doors at night. I suspect.
I haven't locked my door in 16 years, and I'll go away for 10 days and not lock my door.
Great. So we understand. A very community-based small town. Everyone knows each other.
But it's a tourist town, right?
Yes.
But it's just the best. Lake Placid.
You're walking by. There's Venetian blinds, and they have been incorrectly
set. And I look over, and here's this pop singer person engaged in an act that usually, to get it, you have to do it. And that was happening there. So I saw that.
And then you went home and you made sure that you felt so bad about your Venetian blinds.
I felt bad about it. Yeah, I invested in a drape.
Yeah. Joe, may I say that I think you told that story with a lot of tact.
Oh, thank you.
I would have never been able to explain it in the way that you did using your descriptors of, in order to get it, you have to do it.
Well, here's the point. When you look like Shrek, you got to do your part. Okay. Cyndi Lauper came to town. She was super nice.
That wasn't the closer?
Oh, I got so many.
You got to close on that one. Give me, but for future reference, when you're telling your story about celebrity, that's got to be the closer.
I want to be on a nice one.
Okay, that's fair. I was going to say, you start with Cosby, you got to end with that.
But Cyndi Lauper was in town.
Yes.
I waited on her. So nice. I worked at this restaurant, and we used to have functions upstairs, like weddings and that sort of thing. But there was a Sweet 16 party going on upstairs. Cyndi Lauper was super nice. And upstairs, they were doing retro music because there were parents and kids there. They started playing Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Cyndi Lauper, she gets up from her table, goes upstairs, and dances with the Sweet 16 party. And everybody goes wild, and they take pictures with her and everything. And she couldn't have been nicer. And when she came down, I said, you made those people's whole, you gave them a story that they will tell for the rest of their life. And she goes, that's what I would want them to do for me. What
a nice thing to say.
A real live, nice woman. Yeah.
And then you were taking a walk later on. You walked by a window. The Venetian blinds were not set properly. And it happened again.
Cyndi Lauper. No, nothing at all. None of that.
Nothing. That was a nice ending, Joe. Who am I to tell you how to close?
Because she was, I got all sorts. I didn't even tell you about Carol Burnett. Next time. Yeah. You're whatever you do on this show is never set in stone, but whatever it is we do, I'm always happy with it, Joe. Thank you.
I wonder if we'll see each other
in
having 2020? It not been a full year of not seeing each other.
Wait, what exactly are you asking me?
We saw each other in March, I suspect. Yeah, that English wasn't great. I get it. It's because I'm so tantalized by your stories.
Well,
we last
I hope they weren't offensive. They're just things that happened.
No, everyone in the Zoom call loved it.
Good.
We last saw each other in March, and I wonder if we'll see each other before next March. From seeing each other on a weekly basis
for a decade.
We might not see each other for an entire year.
Yeah, it is weird. I'll tell you what, I'm going to see you as soon as I can.
Yes.
But I don't know exactly what that is. Look, just today they had promising news about those quick saliva tests, and we have a vaccine rolling out. I think that we're almost at a point where I find that, look, I'm 54 now, right? So I've seen a lot of things. I really have. And I do find, like, did you ever break a bone? And I've broken plenty, plenty of bones, right? And every time I've broken a bone, I broke both my elbows. I'll tell you that story sometime. Because it was Birkenstock sandals what done it. So every time I've broken a bone, it's like you feel like there's no improvement for a long time, like 6 weeks. It hurts, and then somehow at the 6-week mark, it gets better super fast. And I find that with almost any kind of pain I've ever experienced, like a breakup or something, you are brokenhearted so hard for a long time, and then all of a sudden, it's like the clouds go away, and you feel much better. Not perfect, but you feel much better at an increasing rate, real quickly.
So, are you forecasting this for the future of COVID-19? This is the most optimistic take I've heard, maybe ever.
And look, I'm not saying that everybody's out of the woods, but I think we're going to see, again, it's just a prediction, but I think we're going to see a number of things that are all good news things.
Okay.
And it's not all about a vaccine. It's all about new testing methods, new medications, and all sorts of stuff. We're going to move out of it.
So you're predicting a wave of uplifting updates.
I really do. In the next, I'd say within the next 6 weeks, we're going to see a bunch.
Okay, Joe, you know what this means? We might be having coffee sometime soon.
January. That's my guess.
Okay, that's a nice prediction, and I hope we're able to do that, Joe.
Me too.
Joe?
Yes.
I love you.
I love you too. So much, James. You don't even know. Thanks so much.
Thanks for coming by. Let's do it again soon.
Sounds good. Goodbye.
That is Joe Conto. We had Racquel Belmonte. Smooth Carla. Are you still zen right now? Or are you feeling a little smooth?
Oh, I'm super zen. Wow, what a show. I filled up on so much celebrity everything. I feel I'm pretty good. Maybe like how good Sid felt today watching 2 shows at once. Holy moly.
Are you going to leave this show tonight, Carla, wondering who was behind the Venetian blinds?
I have a feeling I know who it is, but I can't figure out what was happening.
You know what? We'll leave it to our active memories. I want to thank you, Smooth Carla, for taking care of the board tonight. Once again, thank Joe Conto. I want to thank Racquel Belmonte. That's our show. Tuesdays, broadcast week always starts off nice. Then takes a bit of a dive on Wednesday. Then it's back up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I will see you tomorrow night for hopefully a pretty okay show. Let's aim at reasonable levels. Let's aim for an okay show. Until then, I am James. You are you. We were here. Good night, goodbye, farewell, and be well. I'll see you tomorrow.